If I could share one actionable strategy with you from over 2 decades of building and leading sales teams, I would say to pluck the FUD. Now, before you think I'm swearing at you, let me tell you what I mean by this. FUD is an acronym for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Think of it kind of like this. When growing a garden, what's gonna creep into that garden? Weeds, right? So you gotta get in and you gotta pluck the weeds. And if you don't, the weeds will end up destroying what you're trying to grow. Well, listen, the same thing is true with our minds. And there's a common set of weeds we all experience in our minds: fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or FUD. And you've gotta pluck the FUD. Now, here's how it plays out in real life. You might have a specific goal, or call it an idea plant, that you're fired up to achieve. And once you've decided to really go after it, weeds of the mind will start creeping in to sabotage your goal. And fear shows up something like this. What if I try and fail? Or maybe I should just quit. Uncertainty could look like, what if I put the work in and nothing comes from it? Or doubt. I don't know if I really have what it takes, and maybe I'm not cut out for this. Listen, your success will be determined by your ability to pluck the FUD. Here are 3 simple ideas from a book I wrote called Pluck the FUD that you can take and apply today. First, don't fertilize the FUD. Now think about it. What does fertilizer do? It gives energy and nutrients to what you're trying to grow, right? And what you focus on expands, kind of like looking through a magnifying glass, because where focus goes, energy flows. And second, to help you pluck the FUD, you want to give yourself a kick in the reticular activating system, or the RAS. Now let's get a little scientific. I'm going towards my head. I'm hitting my head right here because the RAS is a key part of your brain. It's about the size of an eraser on a pencil, and it sits in the top back part of your brain. And it acts like a satellite antenna that picks up the signals that you tell it are important. The RAS filters your focus. Now let me give you an example. You ever notice when you decide to buy a certain car? Let's say you're gonna go buy a black Honda Accord. And then all of a sudden you start seeing black Honda Accords everywhere. And no, it's not that they made more of them all of a sudden and they just put them all out in the street. It's that you noticed them. It's your reticular activating system at work. Now, to accomplish your goals, you want to give yourself a kick in the RAS, or as I call it, a kick in the RAS. Now, you do this by getting crystal clear on what you want. And the signal to your brain starts attracting what you want, and it becomes stronger and more powerful the more emotion you put behind why you want it. And if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to get yourself to do what it will take to be successful. Third, to pluck the FUD, to uproot the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt, you've got to annihilate the ants. Now, ants are the automatic negative thoughts that just pop into our brain. Now, experts report that we have somewhere around 60,000 thoughts every single day. And 80% of these thoughts we have every day are the same recurring thoughts day after day. Now, but here's the thing. You, my friend, are not your thoughts. And just because you have a thought, that does not mean that it represents what you think and actually how you feel. Now, you can reject thoughts that don't serve you, kind of like a bouncer would reject somebody that doesn't belong to a club. Now, you can use these 4 powerful words. They're like ant spray to the automatic negative thoughts of your mind. And these are the 4 words. I reject that thought. Say it, actually right now. I reject that thought.
I reject that thought. Get out of here!
Maybe you have people around you. That's okay. Say it in your brain. Maybe if you're alone, scream it out.
I reject that thought.
I try to teach my kids, and I've challenged them to reject thoughts that don't serve them and to use this ant spray any chance they get.
I reject that thought.
I'll never forget when my daughter Emery came running home into the house after school. Daddy, 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 I rejected a thought today. And she was so excited to share what happened. We all gathered around the couch in our living room. She said, my teacher told us we're gonna have a quiz. And I thought, oh no, I hate quizzes. I'm no good at quizzes. And then I remembered, Daddy, to reject that thought. And so I said it, I reject that thought. And then it wasn't so bad and I got 100% on my quiz. Now there's only so much I can share in a quick video like this, but I challenge you to pluck the FUD. Don't fertilize the FUD. Instead, give yourself a kick in the RAS, the reticular activating system, by focusing all your energy on what you do want. And annihilate the ants, The automatic negative thoughts that will come marching into your brain. Shut them out, annihilate them, get rid of them, use that ant spray. I reject that thought. And helping your team apply these 3 simple secrets alone will help you to pluck the FUD and double your sales over the next 180 days. And I'd love to come speak at your next leadership event. Go to benward.com to contact my team to book me for your next event.